Reading Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time, Eye of the World, Part 30. The pattern presents a crisis, at the same time a way to surmount it. If I did not know it was impossible, I could almost believe Creator is taking a hand. There was an orchid grove here in Camlin at the Waygate. The new city now spreads out over where the grove once stood, so the Waygate must be inside the walls. Do you know the ways, Loyal? I do, as I die, but then you can find a path for us. We need to go to Valdara. My phone, Dada run out, but as I die, a curious turn indeed, when we can neither stay nor live by what the now means, I learn of a treat to the eye, and in the same place there is one who can take us 10 days. Whether it is the Creator or fate or even the Dark One, the pattern has chosen our path for us. No. If we enter the waves, we will all die, or will be swallowed by the shadow. Why would we die? What are the waves? They are only path to safety for us, and only path to forestalling the Dark One, if only for a time. But it is Loyal's knowledge. The telling is his. During the time of madness, while the world was still being broken, earth was in upheaval, humankind was being scattered like dust in the wind. We all were scattered too, driven from steading into exile and long wandering. It is of the others I must speak, not those few who held in the steady wall around them. Those were stirring apart. And of the as they died, the male, as they died, who were dying even as they destroyed the world in their madness. It was to those as they died, those who had so far managed to avoid the madness, that the steading first made the offer of sanctuary. Many accepted, for in the steading they were protected from the taint of the Dark One that was killing their kind. But they were cut off from the true souls. It was not just that could not will the one power touch the souls, they could no longer even sense that the souls existed. In the end, none could accept that isolation. One by one left, studying, hoping that by that time the taint was gone. It never was. Some in Tavalon claim that August Sanctuary prolonged their breaking. I made it worse. Others say that if all those men had been allowed to go mad at once, there would have been nothing left of the world. I'm of the blue Aja, loyal, unlike the red Aja we hold the second view. Sanctuary helped to save what could be saved. Continue, please. As I was saying, the Aes the male Aes left, but before they went, they gave a gift to the Oku in thanks for sanctuary the ways. Enter a way gate, walk for a day, and you may depart through another way gate 100 miles from where you started, or 500. Time and distance as 20 in the ways. How did it make them? They said that the men, if they couldn't use the point power in the setting, how could they make the waves? Or did they use the power at all? I don't know much about what a Sedai can do yet, but it's a silly question. Each setting has a waygate on its border by outside. Your question is not silly. You found the seed of why we are not. Traveled ways they were made by men wielding power forward by the Dark One. About 1,000 years ago, during what humans call the War of the 100 Years, the ways began to change. So slowly in the beginning that no one really noticed they grew dank and dim. The darkness fell along the bridges. Some who went in were never seen again. Travelers spoke of being watched from dark. The numbers who vanished grew, and some who came out had gone mad, raving about matching in the black wind. Even with the help of Aes Sedai healers, they were never the same. They never remembered anything of what had occurred, yet it was as if the darkness had sunken into their bones. They never laughed again, and they feared the sound of the wind. Do you expect us to follow into that? You must be mad. Which would you choose instead, the white clothes with Camlin, or the Trollocs without? Remember that my presence in itself gives some protection from the Dark One's works. By the edict of elders, all the elders who are studying none my human augur use the ways. You have not explained it to me why I should break the edict of the elders, and I have no desire to enter the ways. Humankind and augur, everything that lives, we are at war with the Dark One. The greater part of the world does not even know it yet, and most of the few who do fight skirmishes and believes there are battles. While the world refuses to believe, the Dark One may be at the brink of victory. There is enough power in the eye of the world to undo his prison. If the Dark One has found some way to bend the eye of the world to his use, what can we do? Where aren't we so important? Where do we have to go? One thing we can do, we can try. That seems like a chance. Is often the pattern. 3 treats have come together here, not giving a warning to the eye. It cannot be chance, it is the pattern. You did not choose, you were chosen. You are here where the danger is known. You can step aside and perhaps dim the world. Running and hiding will not save you from the weaving of the pattern, or you can try. You can go to the eye of the world, 3 tavern, and let the pattern be woven around you there, and you might save the world from shadow. The choice is yours. No matter how hard Ron sought the fall, the image kept flashing through his head. The town and the farmhouse, the flock in the pasture. It had been a good life. He had never really wanted anything more. I go. Ron did his best to sound resolute. There was small comfort hearing Baron Martin at their agreement to his. Though they sounded up dry mouth. He, I suppose there isn't any choice for the Queen or me either. Your ball, part of the pattern too, some fashion, perhaps not tavern, but strong even so. I have known it since Baron, and no doubt by this time the fates know it too, and Basamon. Yet you have as much choice as the young man. You could remain here, proceed to taverns once we're gone. Stay behind. The rest of you go into the danger while we hunt under covers. I won't do it. I suppose that means both of us will accompany you. Yes, well, the green man. The eye of the world. They mention it in books, of course, but I don't think any ogre has actually seen them in quite a long time. Oh wow, then I suppose I must guide you. Elder human would say it's no less than I deserve for being so hasty all the time. Well, I also warned Sir Helen. All choices are made then, and now that they are made, you must decide what to do about them and how. Long into the night they planned. Moraine did not do the most of it, with lawyers' advice concerning the ways, but she listened to questions and suggestions. However, once dark for Lan joined them, adding his comments that iron cold drow. Yennefer made a list of what supplies they needed, dipping her pen in the ink with a steady hand despite the way she kept muttering under her breath. That wishes it could be as a matter of fact. That's the wisdom. At one point, Ran's anxiety led him to draw Gwyn aside, out of the earshot. After planning around the table, if he could save her from that somehow, Gwyn, me the dark ones after Egwin, me and Martin Perrin. I don't care what Moraine says. In the morning, and Yennefer could start for home or to Valon or anywhere, and nobody would try to stop you. Not the Trollocs, not the Fates, not anybody, as long as you aren't with us. Go home, Egwin. Go to Tervan, but go. And waited for Egwin to tell him she had as much right to go where she wanted as he did, but that he had no right to try to tell her what to do. To his surprise, instead she softly said, "Thank you, Rand. You know I can't." Moraine said I told us what means so in Baron, that I'm a part of this too, and Yennefer. Maybe I'm not Tavern, but the pattern sends me to die afterward too. Whatever involves you, involves me. But again, who is Selene? She's doth her heir to the throne of Andor. Well, if you can be serious for more than a minute, Rand, I do not want to talk to you. It was pitch black by the time Rand and Mother got back to their room on the eaves. But the planning was complete, and Master Gil was already seeing to the supplies they would need on the next leg of their journey. For the first time in a long time, Mads undressed before getting into bed, but he casually tucked the dagger under his pillow too, but he could hear the wrongness emanating from the blade. I was still worrying about it when sleep came, and when it did, he was there, in one of those dreams that was not really a dream. As Rand entered the chamber, he recalled Moraine's advice: deny him. His power fails. You hardened from me too long. But not for much longer. I deny you. I deny that you hold any power over me. I deny that you are. Do you think it's that easy? But then, you always do. Each time has to like this, you have to do good defy. What do you mean each time? I deny. You always do. In the beginning. The contest between us has taken place countless times before. Each time your face is different. And your name. But each time it is you. I deny you. Each time you throw your pretty strange against me. But each time in the end you know which of us is the master of puppets. Age after age you kneel to me or die, wishing you had the strength to kneel, poor fool. You can never win against me. Mother of lions, father of fools, if you can do better than that man, found you in the last age, in the age of the legends, and bound you back to where you belong. This struggle has gone on since the moment of creation. The moment I was meant to get a new war, but it is just the same. War discovered anew. Only in the change blows of the wind of time change this time down will be no drifting by, just proud as I die, fitting to stand against me. Always twist them in chains and send them riding naked to do my bidding. Starve their souls into the pit of doom. I scream for eternity. Ah, but those who already serve me can choose to stand with them. The word groveling at your feet, I offered it one more time, one last time. Can stand above the forever power and dominion but mine. There have been times when you made a choice, times when you live long enough to know your power. Doesn't I save you? Another lie? Is that what they told you? 2000 years ago I took my trollocs across the world, and even among us I died from those who knew despair, who knew the world could not stand before Shaita. For 2000 years the black-eyed drought dwelled among the others, unseen shadows, perhaps even those who can claim to help you. What do you want from me? Kneel and acknowledge me, you must. In the end, you will be my quitch. You will die. No. I was trying to cry it out. He's been sweeping the figures of the table. Something stabbed his hand when made contact with the polished table, but he ignored it. The room faded with his scream, the blackness and silence. Deny you? Deny? The tomb as Rand hit the floor walking, struggling to swim out of the blackness at the end of his dream. But was twisting and turning in his bed, moaning, groaning. Rand reached out to shake him awake, but woke at the first touches and sat up with a strangled grunt. He's back. Rand, I know. There were those three figures. I saw them too. He knows who I am, Rand. I pick up the one with the dagger, and he said, so that's who you are. And when I look again at the figure, at my face, Rand, it looked like the flesh. It looked like the flesh. Why it helped me, I could feel my own hand gripping me like I was the figure. He kept talking about some eternal war and saying we'd met like 1,000 times before, and the light and the dark one knows me. He said the same thing to me. I don't think he knows which of us is. Oh, what's the matter? Nothing. A splinter from the dark one's table. Must have been. And poured the splinter out of his hand. As soon as it left his fingers, it vanished. The wound, however, remained. Rand was cleaning it in the room's water basin when a note caused him to nearly jump out of his skin. It was Moraine at the door. You're already awake? Good. Dress quickly and come down. You must be awake before first light. No. I haven't had an hour's sleep yet. No, you have had 4. No hurry. We do not have much time. What happens? The dreams? 4 hours? It can't be. He knows who I am. The Dark One knows who I am. And there's also... Hurry. Time grows very short. Promise is the way as clear as a day. I'll prepare your exit for you. It's a narrow run between boardings, but nobody outside the stable knows there's a way into it from here. White cloaks or white cockades. There'll not be any watchers to see where you come out. Remember, good innkeeper, if you feel any trouble for this, write to Sheriam Sedai of the Blue Adger in the Tarvalon, and she will help. I feel my sisters, and I have a good deal to portray already for those who have helped me. Whatever you are up to, Sedai, the Queen holds with Tarvalon, and I hold with the Queen. And so I wish you well. The light illuminate you, Asadai. The light illumine you all. The light illumine you also, Master Gil. But if the light is to shine on either of us, it must be quick. And the run let out in the street, Loyal chose his direction without a pause. This way. He seemed to know exactly where he was going. Now, as if the road he needed to follow was becoming clearer, Rand did not understand how the ogre could find a way gate, and Loyal had not been able to explain very well. He just knew, he said. He could feel it. Loyal claimed it was like trying to explain how to breathe. As they hurried up the street, Rand looked back toward the corner where the Queen's blessing lay. According to Langwin, there were still half a dozen white cloaks not far down from that corner. Their interest was sounding, but the noise would surely bring them. And the horseshoes seemed to ring on the paving stones like bells. Not until they rounded another corner did Trent stop looking his shoulder. He heard relieved signs from the other Edmund's fielders as well. There, I appeared to be following the most direct to the Waygate, wherever it took them. But the darkness began to lessen, and there would be people on the streets very soon, and wonder if they would find that way they were looking for being the sun rose, and then finally it is under there. Under? Turn the light we can. There must be a cellar door. Ah, yes. Look, I can pull it off, hasp, and Albert will make enough noise to wake the whole neighborhood. Let us not damage the good man's property, if we can avoid it. Light the lanterns, come down, hurry, it will be light out soon. Blood and ashes. Why would they put one of those gates in a place like this? It was not always like this, not always. No, all trees stood wherever kind of tree that okay could coax to grow there. The great trees 100 spans. Shade, branch, cool breezes to catch the smell of leaf and the flower, at the hold of the murmur of the peace of the steady. Oh, that murdered for this. What is already woven cannot be undone. It will not make the trees grow again for you to bring the burden down our heads. But with your help, Loyal, perhaps we can keep the grooves that still stand from failing under the shadow. You have brought us to what we seek. And the Sora. Rain pulled the leaf from the stone wall and heard grasp behind him. The leaf had seen no less part of the wall than any other. Just as simply, the Asadai set it up against the pattern. A handspan lower, the three-pointed leaf fit there, as if the spear had been intended for it, and once more was part of the world. As soon as it was in place, the entire nature of the central stonework changed. The leaf of the tree of life is the key. I have heard that once Wicked shone like a rose moon who entered the ways walk through the sun and the sky once. almost imperceptibly at first. The split opened up in the middle, an ancient carving, widening as the two halves slowly swung into the cellar until they stood straight out. Behind where should have been dirt, or the cellar or the next building, a door reflective, shimmering faintly, catch the image. We have no time for waiting. Hurry. I must be the last one through. We cannot leave this open for anyone to find by chance. Hurry. With a heavy sigh, Lawyer strolled into the shimmer. He practically had to howl his horse through, but after a moment, they were gone as completely as the water and Mandar, and made himself walk forward as the others had stepped into his own reflection, entering the gate. Something icy slipped along his skin, as if he were passing through a world of cold water. Time stretched out, and then he was inside the waves. Go easy. When he passed through a way gate, run. Things are different inside the waves than down. None alive no more than fragments about the waves. I feel what I don't know about them, Brand. A dark one cannot be defeated without changing risks. But we are alive at this moment, and before us is the hope of remaining alive. Do not surrender before you are beaten, okay? You will not speak so confidently if you had ever been in the ways. I never have been before either, but I've seen Ogi who have been through a way gate and come out again. He would not speak, so if you had, Lawyer, we must be on our way. Yes, I said, you're right. Not a minute longer, that it be. This line is from Waygate to the first guiding from there. Well, not a minute longer than it to be. As they traveled ways from guiding to guiding, I noticed the edge of the light catch over stoneworks, what appeared to the stone-walled bridge arcing off into the darkness, and gently sloping ramps, without railing of any kind leading up and down. Between the bridges and ramps ran just high balustrade, plain white stone made. The balustrade in simple grooves and rounds, fitted together in complex patterns. Something about it seemed almost familiar to Ron, but he knew it had to be his imagination, groping for anything familiar while everything was strange. And on they went. Loyal consulted slabs filled with augur script, found sideboards, columns, followed the way onto the bridges, slowly finding the path to Valdara. Through all this, Rand lost track of time. Began to think the ways were not so bad as I had made them out to be. In fact, he was beginning to think they were almost boring. And then, no, no.